Once, a long time ago, there lived a wise and good man named Daniel. He lived in the bustling city of Babylon, far from his homeland. Daniel worked for King Darius, who ruled a vast kingdom. Daniel stood out among the king's helpers. He was honest, hardworking, and deeply devoted to God. Every day, 3 times a day, Daniel prayed by his window facing Jerusalem. He thanked God for blessings and asked for help with challenges. Everyone knew Daniel prayed faithfully. It was part of who he was. In a city full of different beliefs, Daniel's faith shone brightly. King Darius noticed Daniel's wisdom and trusted him above all others. The king gave Daniel great responsibility, even considering him for the highest position in the land. Daniel's love for God was his strength and the reason for his success. He never hid his faith, and his reputation for honesty spread throughout Babylon. The king's respect for Daniel grew every day. King Darius admired Daniel's honesty and wisdom, but the other officials grew jealous. They wanted the king's favor for themselves. They whispered and plotted, resenting Daniel's success and his foreign roots. No matter how hard they searched, they couldn't find a single fault in Daniel's work. Frustrated, they realized the only way to trap him was through his faith. "We know he prays to his God," one schemed. "Let's use that against him." The jealous men devised a plan to use Daniel's devotion as a weapon. They watched Daniel closely, waiting for him to pray. Their envy turned to determination. They would stop at nothing to bring Daniel down. The officials agreed. If they couldn't find a flaw, they'd create one. Their plan was set in motion, and Daniel's faith would soon be put to the test. The stage was set for a dangerous trap. The green-eyed monsters were ready to strike. The jealous officials approached King Darius with flattery. "O king, make a law for 30 days. No one may pray to any god or person except you." The king, flattered, agreed and sealed the law. No exceptions, not even for himself. Anyone who broke it would face the lion's den. Daniel heard about the law and knew it was a trap. Still, he chose faith over fear. He went home, opened his window toward Jerusalem, and prayed as always. Daniel didn't hide or change his routine. He thanked God and asked for help, just as he had every day. The jealous men watched from outside, their plan unfolding perfectly. They rushed to report Daniel's crime to the king. Daniel's faith was unshaken, even in the face of danger. The trap was sprung and Daniel's fate seemed sealed. But Daniel trusted God above all else. The officials hurried to King Darius, accusing Daniel of breaking the new law. The king was devastated. He realized too late he'd been tricked. Despite searching for a way out, the law could not be changed. With a heavy heart, Darius ordered Daniel thrown into the lion's den. "May your God rescue you," the king said sadly. The den was sealed with a stone, and the king's seal marked it shut. That night, Darius couldn't eat or sleep, worrying about his friend. But in the den, Daniel was safe. God had sent an angel to shut the lions' mouths. The lions lay peacefully around Daniel, causing him no harm. Daniel's faith had protected him in the darkest place. The king spent the night in anguish, hoping for a miracle. Morning would reveal the outcome of Daniel's trust in God. The city waited, holding its breath. Would Daniel survive the night with the lions? At dawn, King Darius rushed to the lion's den, calling out for Daniel. To his amazement, Daniel answered, alive and unharmed. "My God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths," Daniel declared. Overjoyed, the king ordered Daniel lifted from the den. He was completely safe. The king punished the officials who had plotted against Daniel. Darius then sent a message throughout his kingdom, honoring Daniel's God. "He is the living God who rescues and saves," the king proclaimed. Daniel's faith had changed the heart of a king and inspired a nation. The story of Daniel reminds us, faith can overcome any fear. Even in the darkest moments, trust in God brings light. Daniel's courage and devotion became a lesson for all. When we stand firm in faith, miracles can happen. Daniel's story lives on as a beacon of hope and trust.